everyone, welcome to Data Engineer YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about get metadata activity in Azure Data Factory. So let's get started with it. So let me just go to my ADF part. So this is my ADF. So it's currently loading. I just reloaded it. Let's wait for it to load and then we'll proceed further. Till then, so here is the playlist. If you haven't watched the videos, do check them out and then you can come to this part. You will get to know about it in a more easier way. Okay, so let's talk about the metadata activity. So let me just create a new pipeline. Let me search for metadata. Okay, metadata is nothing but data about data, right? Let's say in my blob storage, I have multiple files. I want to know last time when this particular file was modified, okay, what's the name of the file, right, and so on. The metadata, I can get it using metadata activity. Let us see how to execute this. So this is my metadata activity. I will select a data set. So let me just search for a Parquet. Okay, so if I see this Parquet, so it consists of a Parquet file called COVID data. Let me just check if this file is present in my blob storage or not. Okay, it's present, right? Perfect. Now let me just show you the metadata activity. What I will do is I'll go to the pipeline again, pipeline 3. Just a moment. Yeah. Alright. So here, what I need to do is I need to go to settings. Okay. I have selected my data set, which is a Parquet file. You can select any file data set, not an issue, right? Now, once you have selected the file, there is something called field list. You need to click on new and you need to tell the argument what you want. You want the size of the file, you want the item type, you want the item name, you want whether it exists or not in blob storage or not, whether you want the column count, whether you want to add something else, you want to see the metadata of something else. Like dynamically you want to add some code, you can do it. In my case, I want to check the last modified date. Okay, so that's it. Now, the output of this metadata will be what? The last modified date in the JSON format. Okay, let me debug it. So if I debug it, so you will see metadata something like this. So this is the input. So input is generated automatically because it's a UI. In the backend, what's happening? The UI is converted to JSON and everything is getting executed. Now this is the output. In output, can you see last modified date is given like this. So this is the last modified date which we got, and we are using this auto resolve integration at time and some other data we got, right? Okay. Now your question may be how we can use it further. Like I want to, let's say, store it in a variable. Let's assume we can use it anyway. What you need to do is, let's say I want to store this thing in a variable and I only want to store the date, not the JSON, entire JSON. How can I do that? So let me just take a variable. Okay, so I'll do a set variable kind of thing. I'll just connect it with this. I'll go to setting and I will give a variable name. I'll give it a name. Let's say last modified. Okay. Alright, now I will do it as a string. Okay, now I know date is not a string obviously, and this is giving me a JSON file. So what I will do is I will do add dynamic content. So what I want is I want metadata one activity output. Now I know the output is an entire JSON file, but I don't want the JSON file. What I want is I want last modified. So at the end I will use last modified to just scan the JSON, right? So this is JSON scanning, like we are extracting the last modified date from the entire JSON, right? So inside this output we have something called last modified key. Just tell the value. But the thing is, it's not in a string way. It may be in a date format or something. So I want to convert it into a string. So in functions, what I can do is I can go to conversion function and see first one is string, which convert the parameter to a string. So I know how to use it. So simply what I will do is I'll just write string. That's it. And I'll add a bracket here and a closing bracket here. and they'll do okay. Now that's it. Now our value will be stored in this variable. Let's see. Let me just execute it. Okay. So I clicked on debug button, but it didn't got started. It may take some time. Now it's loading. See, firstly metadata 1 activity is getting executed. So it got queued. Don't worry, it will be executing soon. Let's wait. Okay, it got succeeded. Now what will get executed? The set variable activity. So see, set variable. So it also got succeeded. Now just see, the get metadata output was what? An entire JSON file. I simply wanted this particular date, right? So what I did was, I used, after output I got dot last modified, which was a key, right? So now inside the set variable, see, the variable name is this and its value is this. And what the output what I am getting? The name as last modified and the value is this much. Okay, so only the value is getting stored inside this variable. And then you can use this value anywhere based on your requirement, right? I hope you got to know how to use metadata activity in Azure Data Factory. Thank you.